welcome back to the channel. Another Just Go Gaming video here for you. And today is a bit of a tutorial. So I've upgraded from flight gear and got myself a beautiful flight simulator called X-Plane 12. Now I've heard pretty good things about this. Let's start the tutorial. Today is a tutorial, guys, of how to start this up. Now I've been through countless YouTube tutorials and I think they're okay, but they are the very basics and they don't really show you how to properly turn on the engine, you know, and all that sort of stuff, because I had no idea. But today I've scoured the internet for countless YouTube videos, PDFs, download documents. I have the download for the cockpit in my the desk right now. So basically you can tell I've worked very hard to do this. So I'd like to show you guys how to do this, and this is the full tutorial. I don't know why I did that. Oh, I probably okay. Anyways, let's start. So the first thing you need to know is to get up into this panel. And the first thing you need to do is to come over here and turn and find your battery. So there should be somewhere in the middle here of the A330. Now look, so when you start here in X-Plane 12, you're going to come like this and you're going to look up here and look right in the middle here until you see those two next to each other like that. Battery 1 and battery 2. Now these are your batteries. Note, always keep them on when you're running the plane. Let's turn on battery 1 and battery 2. Now that we have that, what we need is the APU battery. Turn that on. Now let's turn on the APU generator, that generator. Then let's go down here, all the way down here, and turn that generator on. It may say fault, but just do that anyways. And then bus tie. I don't really think you need it, but I'll just turn it on. Okay, now that we turn this on, the next thing you need to do is to come over here and press APU so that you can see the APU part here. Because if we don't do that, it doesn't show it. So here, not the APU part, but I think the APU part, and we need to start up the APU. So to do that, what we need to do here, guys, is to make sure that we do the correct thing. Okay, you don't want to mess up this. So firstly, we want to turn on the master switch for APU, right? We turn that on. Then the start switch, turn that on. Then the APU, no, not that. Then the APU bleed, which may not work at first. So just do that. Now that we've started this, what we need to do is make that go to 100 and wait for it to go to flap open. So now that it says flap open, all we are doing right now, guys, is to wait for it to get to 100. So all you need to do is wait for it to get 100. In this time, we can also check that we've done everything correct. There we go. That it looks good because we have those two, the APU on and everything, and now we're just turning on the APU. Everything seems nice, and it is almost done. When it gets to 100, guys, it'll stop automatically and it'll make a little noise. So yeah, I feel like this is making a bit too much of a noise, so I'll just do that. Right, now, when it does, as I say, get to 100, yeah, it'll stop by itself. You don't have to worry. But I'll show you what's going to happen. There we go, that noise. That shows that the APU is on. And if we go outside to the outside view here, we can see that our APU has been turned on. So, guys, if you didn't know, the APU is an engine that helps the airplane. For example, once the airplane is on the ground, you need power. And you can't just turn on the engines immediately. You need the APU to help. So the APU gets turned on and gives us electronic power. It's that little engine here at the back that you can see. So as I say, it gives us power to the air. It gives the airplane power while on the ground. But we need to turn on the engines. So first things first, now that we've got our APU on, the thing that you want to do is come over to here. Now we want to start up our engines. Since the APU is done, let's come over to here, and what we want to do is come here and do this. Now, we want to come up here and do basically almost everything. Now, follow what I'm doing, guys. So we're going to go engine 1 here. We're going to want to go L1, L2, L standby. Okay. Then we go to this side. We want to do R2, R1, R standby. Okay. Now we're going to go control, whatever, and R tank there. Now after that, we just want to get all these. So for example, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Now I just close these hatches to be nice. And then we want to also do this one, of course. Now let's do these. You can do those. And now all of these. Let's do that one, that one, that one. All those. And then also all of these. When I get most of the things done, it may take some time. Now, after all that, our fuel should be going to our engines. Now, what we need to do is turn this differently. So, let's turn that to navigation, 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 and turn all of those on by clicking them. Now guys, the next thing you want to do is start starting your engines. Now that we have the fuel that can go through, we want to start the engines and turn off the APU. To do so, we can go down to this part here. Right, this part is what we're focusing on now. So engine 1 and 2 and this little thing, this knob is this is my favorite part of this whole plane. I don't know why, it's just so satisfying. Anyways, let's go and turn that engine switch from norm, or it should be on, it may be on crank. It can be on norm or crank. It will be on crank. I don't know why it's on norm. But let's change that to ignition start. That is very important that you put it on ignition start. Okay? Otherwise, it probably won't work. Now, after you put it on ignition start, we're going to start with the first engine. Now, listen to me, guys. Don't be like what I did the first time and go, oh, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to put engine 1 and 2. Just do engine 1 first. You put engine 1 on, and then you wait for it to turn on. Now that we've done that, engine 1 is going to start running. It will take about a minute for engine 1 to start running and getting nice. Let's even go outside to this view and have a look. This is engine 1. Let's see how long it's going to take before it's going to start shooting out that moist air. Let's see. In editing, I'll put up a timer right now and we'll see how long it takes. You see, guys, it does take a while. And don't do engine 2 at the same time. Wait for engine 1, then do engine 2. Now, it should start to spin into life soon. As I say, guys, it does take quite a while. The timer should still be on screen. Now, at this point is a good time to just check your controls. Make sure you did everything right. So, let's just check up here, guys. Let's check. We got everything right. We got all the we got the OPU start. We got the A master switch on. We got the start on. We make sure that we've got that. We got those all put to navigation. That's done there. I like to just check, guys, to make sure. All of these buttons, green, blue, yellow, and then green there, that should all be on. So this, there, and there, those should be on, as you can see here. Then again down here, those should be on. Those should be on. All that. Right now, it would be a good time to put, for example, this. We're not taxiing. We're on the runway, so to take off. TO. Also, the seatbelt signs must go on. There's no smoking signs, must go on so that we know that people mustn't smoke. Now, by now, engine 1 should have turned on. If it has not, like right now, what we want to do is check that we've done it on properly. Let's check. Now we need to make sure that everything is right. That's exactly the problem, guys. I did not put on the APU bleed. You see, guys, I forget things. That is why you need to think for yourselves. This tutorial is not a full one, okay? It kind of is. I'm trying to do my best. But you see, guys, I forget. I am only human. The APU bleed, I think that's it that we need to do. Let's wait a little bit. Maybe that was why, because we didn't have the APU bleed on. You see, small things like this in aviation can really affect one. And so why we need to check and be careful that we have everything right, especially on a real plane. You don't want bad things happening. There you go, guys. It was exactly that. So, guys, note to self and note to you guys, make sure that you keep the APU bleed on. Okay, now that that's on. Now, obviously, you would go for engine 2. Let's go here. Push engine 2 into its position. Let it start up. So, guys, silly things like that can really affect yourself. So make sure that you had that APU bleed on. Afterwards, we will not need the APU bleed once the APU is off and everything. But now we do for starting up the engines. After this, we can even put the beacon light on. And then we can put, takeoff ones on. That navigation and OGO or logo, whatever, should be on. The strobe lights can be on. I don't know if they should be on. You can put them on if you want. And now let's go outside here. Has engine 2 started up yet? No, not yet. Actually, it has just started now. You see, it just started getting up, and the APU is obviously still on, but we want to turn that off soon. And now they're both on completely. Let's go inside. Again, we've checked that everything is fine, so it should be good. Now, let's come over here, and what we need to do is come here and turn that. It is very important, guys, you do this from ignition start to norm. Don't do crank, don't do ignition, take it to norm. Alright, to norm. Now that it's on norm, let's wait a little bit with everything with aircraft. You need to wait for the engine and everything to catch up and for everything to be good. Now, what we need to do is something important. Also, we don't want to waste power, so we're going to turn off the APU. Now that both engines are on, and I'm pretty sure they are, all we need to do is we come up here, APU master switch, take that, switch it off, the APU bleep will turn itself off. If you have not followed the steps correctly, which happened to me before, I once turned off the APU, right, with that, like what I just did now, and the whole aircraft stopped running. That was because I hadn't gotten this done properly, and I hadn't waited long enough for the engine to start up. The engines weren't starting up. I put that onto norm. Then I quickly rushed, obviously me, because I am impatient, guys, and have a low attention span. I went and I was just like, nah, I'm doing this. And then it didn't work. So you got to be patient with this. Anyways, now it should be fine. And so, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a lovely day or night or whatever time you're watching this. Hope you've learned something for this tutorial. Thank you very much. I will see you all in the next video, and peace out. Bye-bye.